Hey guys, I'm back on. Uh, so I wanted to show y'all some stuff that I'm working on. Uh, it's kind of cool what I'm trying to do. Um, ah, I should have known. So hang on. Made me a little holster of sorts for my hot glue gun. Uh, so this is my thinking. I had a cedar tree fall, and I couldn't let it go to waste. So these are bird feeders. Steph Steph got them for me from PetSmart on clearance. They had them. I don't know how much they were. They were, a few bucks. And I've had these little lamp sockets for a little bit. I got two of them. And those two. Um, but I'm making a a lamp out of them, and I had a I had a old staff that I had made, and it was kind of raw and unpolished. It's just something I kind of threw together, and it was kind of like just a regular walking stick. And I found, I think this is, I think it's oak, and I made it, and it didn't, you know, but I cut it up, and I kept a portion of it, and the reason I kept it. Um, but you see part of it there, some over there. But there's an arrowhead right there. The tip of it is broke off. Uh, we found it in a parking lot. I want to say. Uh, I think. I think I found it on a parking lot when we lived in our other apartment. Not the one we were there for 10 years, but uh, anyway, I did that, and so and Sissy kind of I gave it to Sissy because I wanted her to do something with it, and her idea was to attach a piece of styrofoam that looked like a she was trying I know what she was trying to do. She was trying to make a sickle of some sort, but it didn't work. It failed miserably. uh so I told her, I was like, just give me the stick back. And I had it leaning up against the wall, and it is what it is. Um, but I'll show you kind of where I'm going with this. Um, so that's what I've made. And so I'll show you how that one worked. Um, you see that big glass ball there? Um, I had these. This one's glass. This one's actually heavy, but my aunt had these. I still have two of them together because um, Robert's on, y'all.
What?
Wave.
Who's that?
That's you. Our Facebook.
Which one?
That's Facebook Live.
Oh, who you talking to now, bro?
Nobody. Nobody's in here right now.
You made one. Did you get any comments?
No.
No. Okay. More tea? No ice?
No ice.
That's the first.
Anyway, so my aunt had these lamps laying around, and they were probably about that tall. Well, one of our cats, sister, likes to chew. Fill that up.
I'm glad you included me. I feel loved. Hold on.
I gave him my cup and he halfway filled it. But anyway, so sister had chewed on the cords for him, and
I don't drink this. Cereal or what?
what milk?
The 2% he got the other night. What we gonna do with it?
You can drink it.
I don't drink milk. I like.
Okay, well we'll use it for something else.
All right. Or the cook with her cereal, huh?
Something else?
You want me to get you both?
No,
What do you? Is that paint?
no.
Okay.
Anyway, that's life around here. But what was I saying? Oh, I know what I was saying now. So, sister likes to chew on cords, and little bit does too. I think it's something within their coloring, because every cat that I know has that coloring has some kind of psychotic trait. I don't know, but anyway, that's beyond the point. But so I took them apart, and the socket that was in them was chipped on both of them. So I didn't feel like it was safe to put a light bulb in and all that stuff. And so I took them apart. I hated doing it, but I did. I took them apart. And they had these, like I said, the other one is on that one. It's very heavy. That's the reason I put it on that, so it would weight it down. But if you see my staff back there, right there, that staff came from, so we have a cedar tree on the side of our house, and I cut it down thinking it was crooked. When I cut it down, it was that straight. And I was like, this, I was burning wood and burning the stuff over there. But when I peeled back the bark, I was like, this wood is too good, too pretty to burn, and too straight not for me to make something out of. And this little piece that I got for my Dremel, I just put that on today. Been having an issue with Steph come over here and poke herself in the leg. I poke my butt with my drill bits and shit like that. And so I've been tinkering. And so Steph does diamond paintings, diamond art, stuff like that. She's really good at it. She's really fast at it too. But she just did a big, huge one. It's a Volkswagen bus, and it's freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome. But those diamond paintings, I didn't know what they were called, but this is what they are. They're called diamond drills. Weird. But she's got a big cheddar cheese popcorn thing full of them. Well, I've been saving my insulin bottles. They're about that big, and I filled a couple of them up, and I made Steph a necklace out of one, and I made me a necklace out of one, but I had it on a chain, and the chain, it's stainless steel, but it has if my music's too loud, I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, I was doing that, and I was like, there's got to be something really cool I could use with doing this. And I took empty one of these, and so I took some of my donkey juice, and I I took this and put it in that popcorn thing and filled. If you can see, they're in there. And I was thinking, okay, how was I gonna make these stick? Steph uses this stuff called Mod Podge. Well, it's a glue. A lot of people don't know this, but wood glue is basically school glue with uh, wood shavings, and it's not the exact formula, but I think it is because they add the wood to it to make it more robust. Now people will use also this is super glue, and by far there's like Total Boat and some other ones, and I'm not sponsored, y'all. I'm not sponsored. But they have, most people don't know this, but super glue, uh, it it's a cured process. Even though super glue, it dries so fast, but there's a trick, and I watch a lot of Adam Savage and a lot of makers, Wesley Treat and stuff like that. I watch a lot of them, and that's what I do on my free time. Uh, but super glue can cure faster than you think with another product, and it's called adhesive, and I didn't know what the hell that was, but it made crafting for me a lot easier. And this is the Stanley brand. I don't see a lot of people using it. It's brand new on Amazon. And so you use your super glue and then spray this, and it instantly hardens up. So, and a lot of people don't know this also, that super glue cures because of the moisture in the air. So the more water you have in it, the super glue cures. That's how it cures. I don't know what this stuff is. I don't, but it does not smell just like soup or water. It's a chemical of some sort. I absolutely love the smell of this. Adam Savage does too. And I don't know if it's bad for you or what, but it is what it is. So Steph uh, picked me up a can of this. It's called eucalyptus green. It's this color, and I gotta fix a problem that I made. Anyway, I'll show it to y'all later because it's actually got me mad right now. Uh, I had to change a lot yet again. Should have figured. Um, but uh, I was like, I really like this color. I told Steph, I said, this is a very pretty green. So I've had these sitting for a little bit from Steph. So I'm gonna make a lamp out of them, and I have. So this tree was a sip, came from the parent tree. Well, we had a real bad storm a few weeks ago, and it knocked down our back fence. But it also, the parent tree of that, I didn't even know this. I was out there mowing, and I look over because there's no grass over there. Well, there's grass, but I'm not mowing it. It's kind of pointless to mow it um, because of all the trees. And so, but got the chainsaw out because it split, and I was like, gotta do something with it. So I cut it off, and I got some sticks out of it, and I got some sticks out of it. Hang on one second, guys. I gotta make sure my gotta make sure my other mic is charged because I have a live tonight, and I want to make sure that I have a hot mic for tonight. Give me a second. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing. There we go. And so, anyway, that's what's going on. And I'm thinking about Steph does TikTok, and she goes live on there all the time. But a lot of, I guess it's kind of fitting that I'm doing this right now. Just for the simple fact is, you know, I can express how I'm feeling or whatever. Why is it my phone keep doing that? But so I took, y'all may ask how I'm doing this, but on the shine some light on the situation. So this is the bottom, and already Robert came in here asking, "Can I help?" So I had him see some of these actually would screw in pretty well because down here they're, but I just put some hot glue in there, and I gotta take these outside. And on the other one, I learned that I could just cut one side and then break it off on the other side because uh, this was originally, I'll show y'all. So this is what I turned it into, and then the bottom. Hey, when you're a maker, you do a lot of things that um, you do things that somebody might have thought about, may not have. That's the fun thing about making is you don't really know. Like, I mean, on my staff over there, I had a turtle shell for the longest time, and it was on my sorry guys. Something just fell, and it was probably lighter. And no, guys, I don't smoke. For you shouldn't be smoking with your health problems. I don't smoke. A maker has many tools in his arsenal. Just saying. Uh, but this is what it originally like that, and it hung. You could hang it on a shepherd's hook or whatever. Well, this is now pointless, and I'm pretty sure I'll find a use for it. Every maker does. Find a use for something that we don't throw away. For some reason, we don't throw it away. We keep it for some odd reason. We usually wind up, oh, I got, like I have this laying around. Oh, I gotta show y'all that where I got this from. Another joy of PetSmart. Uh, Steph called or text me one night and said, "Hey, I got this big piece of driftwood. Do you want it?" I'm like, "Was it free?" She's like, "Yeah, it's zeroed out. It's a penny." I was like, "Okay." So I got this and this, and there's another piece that I'm working on. But look at, I cut it, and that is gorgeous on the inside. Gorgeous. I don't know what kind of wood this is. Some kind of driftwood. It came from some lake or pond or creek somewhere. But it's just gorgeous, and it's heavy. It's all get out. It's heavy. Um, but makers keep stuff laying around. We just do. We keep stuff around that we don't know why we keep it around. Uh, but I'm trying to kind of clear up my mess. Uh, this will be a sun catcher of some sort sometime. I don't know when. Uh, but my aunt had I I thought about making this some kind of cup, even though it's mom upside down. Kind of thought, well, upside down it says wow. Okay, that could work. That could work. Yeah, I think I am. Uh, but yeah, it just makers have stuff laying around. We don't y'all know how to throw away stuff? No. Uh, I got these agate. Anyway, y'all know what these are. Uh, part of my that's how I did my tomahawk. I used one of these, and I got them on. Uh, I got them on. I think I got them on Etsy. No, I think I got them on eBay. But eBay, Etsy, kind of stuff, it just works. Cut project. Uh, um, but when you're a maker, you're a maker. You come across things and you're like, what are you going to do with this stuff? And it's kind of when as we get older, uh, well, I know for me, uh, as I was saying in my other video, um, we I was always the kind of person that felt like uh, always the kind of person that felt like, I don't want to sell myself short. but I also don't want to take advantage of people. And like I said, within the last year, I've kind of realized that if somebody really loves something, then they're go they're gonna do it. And me and Steph went to our local trades days, basically a big flea market once a month. They have. It's not so big anymore, but it's kind of dying. Honestly, it's going to other places, and which kind of stinks because me and Steph we're artists. We really are, and but we go see what we can find. And this lady was at the door, and she was talking, and there was another guy there. He was a pastor because he had tracts and stuff on his table, and uh, we walked by hers. And Steph is a dolphin collector, and being a dolphin collector, we had a whole box of stuff, and she got it for free. Or no, she got it for like $10. And doggone it, we left that box at our old apartment. So Steph told her the situation, and she gave her a dolphin thing to restart. Well, I walked by and I saw this mushroom that's giving me fits right now, and the light and there was a light on the top and a magnetic motor, and it's a snow globe that it ran on batteries. Well, I got it home and I was like, oh, she gave it to me for free. And I thought it was older than what it was. Look, I looked it up and it was from Crackle Barrel. It was a $50 thing. But she gave it to me for free and it was working. I thought it was working fine. And I it was battery operated, so it was off. So I put fresh batteries in, didn't shut them on. Well, the way they put it together and stuff, I literally had to break it because this is it. And I bought this light off Amazon and should have known better. But now I've hot glued it. And well, now the thing is, do I unhot glue it? And it may take some of the paint that I did on off, but I don't think it will because I put a lacquer on it and it was fairly cured. So I don't think it will. But I bought one of these, kick myself in the butt, a cheap LED one, a little puck. Kind of upsets me, but I can't do nothing about it. Uh, but that's that's the gist of all of it. And so I figured uh, I'd come on because I do a live tonight on YouTube and uh, kind of get myself into some mess. Uh, just keep my mind busy. Uh, kind of rediscover what I am. it's kind of one of those things. You know, you lose yourself, and then you find yourself. You lose yourself, you find yourself again, and you know, that's that's life. Uh, we tend to we're a creature of habits, but we sometimes we're doing great and running things great, and then something happens and it knocks us off course. Uh, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, there's people that I've learned that I was going to do gardening and stuff here, but the ground is too. It's just too hard. It's up on a hill, and uh, I forgot about that at this house is because it's all that red iron ore clay, and I got a big auger bit, got a big drill. So I put everything in plastic totes that my aunt had. They're already breaking apart. So I'm just gonna mow, and the planters that I have, I had a, uh, those big 50-gallon things. I had somebody deliver me one last year, and I'm just gonna fill up the rest of them with the dirt that I have and do something with them. If not something next year with them, uh, but there's a project in everybody, and but yeah, that's what's been going on. Uh, you know, it is what it is. So, uh, I have no clue what that was, and I can't speak Spanish, so. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, if y'all want to watch me do, there we go. Huh. Okay. Let me tackle it like this for right now. Yeah, this is another reason why I wanted to do YouTube lives, but uh, I may wind up doing TikTok. I'm going to talk to Steph tonight about it uh, because YouTube won't let me listen to music, and be nice to be able to listen to music and do this kind of stuff because you can kind of zone out and it's kind of the bummer on YouTube uh, because I could probably spend all day on YouTube, um, but like right now I'm listening to YouTube on the computer, and so I'm trying to bait. I've built a lot of stuff around the platform YouTube, and my poems and stuff are all there that I've been writing, and but I don't know. Maybe I might try my hand at TikTok, um, or I don't know what I want to do yet. Um, the mess. Oh, these little they so you can buy anything on Amazon or in their internet, but eBay. Uh, a lot of this the beads and stuff you'll see not the I've got some that I actually bought, but I got a kind of big thing of them. I think it was 10 pounds of costume jewelry for like $20, and these were in there. I don't know what they're used for. There's something on jewelry, but uh, I figured I'd use them. They actually, in some of the stuff I got, they fit perfectly. That's where, well, where did I put it? Oh, right there in front of my face. That's where these came from. And then some of them we bought from.
When you get time, I need your help. Tell me how to go live so I can do my own thing. Please. I'm on my Facebook page. I just got to go on my Facebook page and know that. I don't know.
Yes. Look.
I want to get views, comments, everything.
With Fiverr, you can hire top-rated freelance experts in a variety of AI services. Alternatively, you could just become an AI expert yourself. Begin by learning acronyms like NFD, NLG, AMN. Then that would writing countless prompts.
You got to scroll down, right?
No.
Even at this very moment, and this moment, yeah, just how Fiverr, freelance AI experts.
Okay, look. Look. That's your top of your page, right?
Right.
Look. You hit your home.
Okay.
You hit home.
Right.
And where it says what's on your mind, you click it. You click right there. Now look. Click there. And it will right there. Live video.
Just do that. Only that while using this app.
There you go. Then you got your headset. Does it have a mic on it?
Yeah.
Okay. In there. The best thing for you to do.
Talk to the mic.
Yes. Okay. You hit go live when you get ready to go live.
All right. That's all?
Yes. Okay. Oh Lord. This'll be interesting. Y'all ready to see me and my brother hit heads? Oh. So I told y'all that Steph's into diamond paintings and stuff, and she uh, she made me feathers, which she got them on somewhere, but she diamond arted me some feathers, which is awesome. I can use them on things that I'm going to keep. Uh, but yeah, it's just a lot. It's kind of one of those things. Uh, it's like, what do we do? What do we do with our, what do we do with our lives? And you know, you kind of, I don't understand when my internet connection is. It's probably because it's Wi-Fi, and I'm streaming YouTube, and then I'm streaming Facebook, and then Robert's fixing to be streaming. So what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. Why is that one loose? Okay, let's see why that one's loose. So these are locked in. Really did want to do this, but the way this hole is drilled, I didn't want to have glue on the outside of it. What should I do? I don't know if I can. Really don't want glue on the outside of it. The reason I was doing this is because I was hiding Okay. Well, I didn't want to do this. Well, I guess I can show y'all how this accelerator works, or excuse me, not accelerator. So, let me. I don't want to get super glue on my this mat, because I don't have it covered yet. Do it like this. So, I'm going to try not to super glue my hands together. So, Well, okay. I'm just going to do it this way then. I like to make sure my super glue tip is clean and dried out before I do this with every step, because um, any of y'all know that you play with super glue, it likes to clog itself. It likes to clog the top. So I usually take me one of these and kind of prevent it from sticking. Um, and I don't want a big bottle because this is a big bottle. I don't want a big bottle of this going to waste, even though it comes in so you can get 2 bottles of this and 2 cans of this. I think it's 40. I think it's for those two. Total Boat and those other ones are a little bit more expensive. Uh, this stuff works just as good. Um, ooh, I didn't have to see. I waited. I didn't wait even long enough for it, and it's stuck there now. Uh, but I'll show y'all on this one. Um, but this product, which so I don't like keeping things in their original bottle, and I bought some glass eyedroppers of this, and my first bottle I got of this, and the lid got stuck to and I had to throw it away. Made me upset because there was still, I mean, there was probably that much. I mean, it was that full, and I I screwed up. But you can't just buy the Stanley Super Glue. And I could have went and got the other brands. I was like, no, I really do like the Stanley one. Stanley makes tape measures and tools, and so and I'm kind of partial to nostalgia. So when I like a product, I'll keep using it until. But the Stanley hasn't been in the glue. Well, this kind of glue scene. Well, I've never seen it down the aisles or anything. And I went to Walmart and stuff. They don't. I think it's exclusive for Amazon or something. But let me see if I can. Uh, yeah, I think I'm just gonna do it this way, just so y'all could see. I don't have a plastic cover on this yet, and kind of don't want to. I mean, it's dirty and stuff, but there's a floor mat, and we got new ones, and but so you take this And look, it's set. So that's how that stuff, how fast, I mean, super glue dries fast anyway, but you hit it with that and, I mean, it ain't going nowhere. I mean, 3 seconds. Y'all think super glue dries fast? And see, that's the thing is, some makers will say, "Oh, never. I don't like using the other stuff," and that's fine. But I like it, and it, you know, if you're in a pinch and you want something done quick and easy, super glue. Everybody, should I say, crazy glue. See, like I'm having that issue, and when I see, and now I can, when it's use it when you gotta use it. I'd much rather use hot glue. Uh, if these were gonna go on something outside, uh, I probably wouldn't use hot glue. Um, but something for like a lamp for inside, yeah, it doesn't really bother me on the adhesive you use. Uh, like I've taken electrical stuff and put them together and then hit it with hot glue. Makes it hot, waterproof. So I mean, but I'm gonna move on to these. See, that hot glue ain't set yet. It's not set. So I'm gonna set her over here, and then take like I'm taking the. So I've got some more of this, but since I'm trying to get rid of that piece of wood, I got hot all of a sudden. Um, I'll do this one next. Get some scissors. Steph's off tomorrow. Uh, I'm gonna try to sweet talk her into going to a secondhand shop that we uh, like to go to. It used to not be very good, and last time we went in there, we picked up some really good stuff for really cheap. Like uh, I'm going to on one of these. We had a light. This one's got the orange cord on it, but bite marks from our stinking cat. I think this one's from Sister. Uh, but Those things were 50 cents. I could grab those all day long and use it for wiring. I mean, there's no, it keeps them from going in the landfills and, stuff like that. So any of y'all see the, just doing this because it's that nylon to melt it from unraveling on me. All right, so this is going to be the back of it. So feel like I'm in the Wild West. I'm putting my 6-shooter in its holster. This is going to be the back, so I can. And for some of y'all newbies for hot glue, you have high temp hot glue and you have low temp hot glue. And Gorilla Glue makes a hot glue that's really good. But this one is this one's, we got it at Walmart, and it says all temp. I don't really, but like I know this hot glue gun gets hot enough to melt that. I had Gorilla Glue in it, and it took it a little bit longer to get hot. And that's just I'm partial to the things that I know. And Steph just grabbed those. Like it don't matter. Just grab some. But Gorilla Glue and other ones, they have the longer sticks. Like that's what I had originally. But it really don't take a lot of money to craft. To find things somehow, in some way, makers figure out a way to make it work. And so, and tinkerers and what have you, like I consider myself a tinkerer. Really don't consider me a maker as of sorts. But this is something that is, like I said, I've got some things that I've beaded, and there's a lot of people that want me to, because they've seen my beading. Oh, we'll buy it from me, and I'm like, that's part of my soul. Like this kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, I add beading to the lamps and stuff. That's that one that I showed you. It's got beadwork on it. But I'm really considered them a sun catcher. And so Sandra, she sent me it's basically, I would consider it a dream catcher of sorts, because of the way it's produced, and she gifted it to me. And at that time, uh, I was 3D printing and I kept having issues. But I got a good solid print, and I said, "I'm working on something for you. Uh, I'll let me get it finished, send it to you." And it was a 3D. It was fully 3D printed box, but I hand painted it. I made it look and feels like wood. Uh, I wrote her a handwritten note and my signature in my hand. Uh, I just wanted to show y'all. This is kind of. I've always had really good penmanship, and my dad um, had could not read or write, and I always was taught that he couldn't read or write. So he wasn't on my birth certificate from the hospital. I know my mom signed it for him. I know she signed it for him, or he wasn't there and she signed it, or whatever. Well, I had to get a real copy of, not from the, I had to get a vital statistic one. And I had never seen my vital statistic one. And because my Aunt Ann had it, or it was in somebody else's possession. And I thought that when I graduated and stuff, I got all that paperwork, but I didn't. And I had to get a new birth certificate. And I looked, and my dad's signature was there. And I had to talk to one of my cousins that was his a little bit. He was a teenager. And the cousin was still young, but they were close. And I said, "Well, I got a question." And he says, "Yeah." I said, "I thought my dad couldn't read or write." And he's like, "Yeah, that's correct." And I said, "Well, my birth certificate, his signature is," he says, "Oh yeah, his signature was perfect, and the only way he would sign is if it was important." And made me feel kind of good that my dad did that for me, because that made me feel like, dad really. I mean, I never had doubts about my dad, not any doubts of him loving me or not loving me, because on his deathbed, but it was nice to see. And so I kind of get this from my dad. And so I toy with my signature all the time. Like if it's not right, I screw stuff up. And but I toy with my signature all the time. Always. And something from the time from the time that I started writing cursive, my handwriting sucks when it's not important. But when it's important to me, I can write. And I've always said I really hated if I got really famous and needed to do my signature really fast, because if I screw up and it doesn't look, I'm going to say, "Look, you're going to have to give me something new to work or sign." And and I don't know if I've got 3 or 4 hours like I was with Zondra's. Uh, yeah, I'm going, and I rewrote it several times before I got it. I mean, I'd get halfway through and I would hit something, or for somebody would stop me and then get me out of my groove, and I'd have to start over. And I've always been that way, which I hate starting over on projects. Like if I screw up something really bad, I'll want to just trash the whole thing and start from over. And my uncle Medicine Horse, when I was doing my beating, I said, Uncle Medicine Horse, I hate it because I'll like I spent on my pouch. I spent like a good probably 2 weeks, 7 days straight, and my I have carpal tunnel, so that's why y'all see me kind of take a break and rest my hands because they hurt if I do things all the time. And so doing that, uh, yeah, it can kind of get annoying real fast for me. But Uncle Medicine Horse was always told me, "Hey, it's okay. There's always a when you look at an artist and a lot of Native American stuff, uh, there's always one bead out of place. Well, there's a lot of beads out of place on my stuff. So I'm trying not to rush through things, and so yeah, that's one of those things that it really does aggravate me when I have to start over. And a lot of people say, "Don't start over, just keep going. If you can't cover it up, it's meant to be there." So I'm kind of, and it's kind of funny. Uh, Steph with her diamond paintings, she will she will screw up, or the diamond, she'll drop or spill a bunch of diamond drills, and or she'll misplace one, and she's try to put it fix it. I'm like, just let it be. And she gets all she gets the way I normally did what I did when I was beating that. And she's like, I can't. It's color coded, and I'm like, just leave it. No, I can't. So, and what I've learned from Adam Savage too is, if you screw up bad enough, you can cover it up pretty well. So, you know, it it's one of those things. But yeah, making is so much fun when you know, and that's the thing is I've always wanted to do me making stuff live streaming, and because it's if you really get into something and you're doing it for fun, or and that's the thing is, a lot of people have a 9 to 5 job and they do the same thing over and over and over again. And I did it. I did that, and but I've also suffered with, if somebody really wants something and they don't have the cash, or and that's the thing is, we were going to go to the ATM machine. Lady heard our stories and stuff, and she's like, you know what? And she gave that, and I was like, oh, I really like that gnome. And Steph couldn't find our cards to go to the ATM. She's like, you know what? Just take it. And when she did that, I was like, because I've always thought about that. If I'm a maker and somebody really wants something, and I can tell they're having a bad day, or they they don't have, because there's people that um, want something really bad, but they can't afford it, and you can see it in those people. You can see it. Like, oh, let me think about it. And I've always thought, if I ever do this, then that's something that I want to do. If somebody really wants it and doesn't have the money to pay for it, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think in public, but when it comes to online and stuff like that, that can't really happen. But in public, you can see the person's intentions. Like, you can tell a really good person that just may not have a lot of money to spend. And I think it's okay to give at that point. I mean, yeah, they could have fancy clothes and fancy this and that, but, and I've seen it in myself, is, I really want something, but I can't afford it. So I'm like, I'll think about it. And most people, oh, okay, well, we'll talk later. And, you know, and yes, you have to be kind of hyper vigilant. And there's people also at these events too, that they will go and steal and steal people's products and stuff like that, and that's not good either. But I've also thought of that too, is what if somebody does, can't really do much about it, um and I don't have a maker's mark on any of my stuff right now. But when me and Steph actually eventually does have that, um, our members marks on it. So if they did steal it, oh yeah, that made me think. I'll tell that story here in a minute. Uh, but hey, somebody picked it up, and it's not in 100 years. Like, oh, I know who that did that. That's they've looking. Oh, that's Changing Winds. And how did you come across it? Uh, I was watching a documentary, and the grandma and grandpa went on lavish cruises and stuff like that, and people didn't know what they did for a living, and they were clearing out a house after they passed away. There was a painting there. It was, I cannot remember what the value of the painting was. I'm just making sure I have a hot mic for 7. Uh, but come to find out, they stole the painting, and they had them on camera, but they didn't know who they were and stuff like that. And they had died, and they hijacked the painting out from the museum. Talk about crazy. That, when I heard that, I was like, holy crap. That is that's the weird, that's the most unheard of that happened. But yeah, I'm like grandma and grandpa, You better watch them. They may rob you blind. Um, sorry guys. Ow. But yeah, it's crazy. It's it's one of those things that I heard about that I was like that's crazy. That's crazy talk. Speaking of that, since I can speak on that, um, since my Aunt Ann has passed, uh, she always had, uh, I call it fancy tooth. Uh, when she was younger, she had to drive around her Lincoln Town cars, and uh, part of my family story. And I tried to collaborate it with her son, my cousin, my pops, and he said he had heard about it, but with my aunt being married to my dad for from the time she was 14 until what did I put?
Profit and work less time to make Kiddo, a genius new AI tool which is perfect for print on demand. You can conquer any niche you choose. All you need is a good idea, which Kiddo will help you bring to life in just minutes using highly customizable templates and apps.
Oh, there it is. I was looking for my drink. Um, but part of so my and this is from my uncle. My uncle Johnny told me this. Um, well, it's kind of out of the ordinary because my dad was a Ford person, uh, and he had. I have there's a picture of him, and it's me, my mom, my brother, and my dad. And my dad was a painter by trade, and he I really wanted that van because it was something that was my dad's. It was his soul, basically, to me. And but it was a Ford. There's a picture of me sitting on a fender, and my brother's holding me, and I didn't. Uh, I thought it was some kind of like a Trans Am or something, and I didn't know or find out until later I think they said it was a 1970 Mach 1 Mustang. So my dad was a Ford person, but my Aunt Erlene, his sister was a Chevy person, GM person. Because all she would ride around is in Cadillacs. And I've told her um, they like distributing liquor. Okay, she ran a bar, and my uncle Billy and my uncle Johnny. I don't. anyway, they dabbled in moonshining and running and running from the cops and stuff. And they did that kind of stuff. It was funny. Um, but I always wanted the Mustang or his van. I wanted up getting the '59 F1, the F100, and I really kicked myself in the butt now because I really wish I would have kept it, but my aunt wasn't gonna let me store it here, and I was going off to the military, and I was at one of my friend's house, and kind of sold it for $200, and kind of feel like Judas and Jesus. I should have kept it, and but it's loss of time. But I was going through my aunt's stuff, and there was a receipt there, or actually a book of receipts for that truck, for when it was inspected, or stuff like that. And my aunt Ann never told me she had it. She had it, and I have it now. And I'm like, seriously? Seriously? She had this paperwork, and I had the truck, and I gave it up. And see, I'm a Chevy person, but the Fords are kind of like one of those things. I would drive one of the new Broncos or a Raptor edition of a Bronco or the truck. I love those things. I don't know why, but they're the only other thing other than a Mustang or something like that I would drive. I don't know. They just look mean. And what time is it? Almost 4 o'clock. But yeah, it's kind of just one of those things. I really hate that I gave that truck up, and me and my best friend that was in school with where it was being stored, we've kind of, and I mean, we just had some things go wrong, and I've tried to apologize, and because I don't really know what I did, and I can kind of guess, and I've been told what I think it is, and when I was so messed up when I came out of the military because I lost all my dreams. I didn't realize how, I say damage, but I use that word loosely. But when you can't, I guess there's sometimes you just can't patch things up, and I've tried to. I even sent him a message. I'm like, look, man, if you need to punch me in the face for something, you just go ahead and do it. Because, I really, and like I tried apologizing, and I've even tried to talk to his mom, and his mom really don't know why. His brother is the one that gave me a hint, and I've sent numerous things, and like, he doesn't want to talk to you, and I've almost, because his parents still live in the same house he did when he was in high school, and I've thought about going and just trying to catch him there and say, look, man, I'm tired of running. Let's bury this hatchet, be done with it. And but his uncle is the one that bought the truck. And his uncle said, when it gets finished, know it was your dad's, and you'll be able to, see it and enjoy it. And that hasn't come to fruition yet. It really sucks because now that, I have that connection, it, it's one of those things. I just,
when it's time to sell smarter, it's time for Shopify. Start your free trial today.
try not to burn my fingers today.
So the doctor prescribed Austedo XR, a once-daily extended-release TV treatment for adults. Austedo XR significantly reduced kids' TV movies. Some people saw a response as early as 2 weeks. With Austedo XR, Kate can...
I hate ads. But yeah, you don't. Things happen, and I've kind of learned, or a lot of things. I'm probably, because I have a live tonight on Facebook, or excuse me, Facebook, YouTube, and I need to cook, but Steph forgot to get the tomatoes. She forgot to get the tomatoes, so I don't have to cut tomatoes. We're having tacos without them. So, that's one of those things that kind of take up a lot of time. And there you go, guys. Look, that's. Let me see. Let me unplug my glue gun. If I can do this without burning myself. Yeah. Ha ha. Yeah, I can do this right this time. Like I said before, makers do things all the time, guys. I needed to do something like this anyway, so I might as well do it while I'm thinking about it. if y'all hear me cuss, I'm sorry if you don't cuss, but I'm working around hot glue, and yeah, if I burn myself, I'm going to cuss. So just be warned. Okay, well, you know what? Fine, I'll do this. More than one way to skin a cat. No, any of y'all that are young, I'm not gonna skin a cat. It's a figure of speech. I've had to teach Stacy that because she will take me literally on everything. There we go. Now this gun has a holster. There we go. Um, just to give you an idea what this is going to look like. Oh, here you go. I'm gonna put the beading there, and so that's the idea. And I'll take y'all on that journey too. Uh, Making is so much fun, guys. It really is. I If you got something to make, you can take anything and make anything out of it. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I am not gonna sell this one. This one is for um somebody. Um, but yeah, that's all that. This one's well. This one is. And some of y'all makers, y'all tell me, y'all like so there's warm light, there's cool light, and then there's a mix. I honestly, I like the warm. Don't really like doing the cool, but the mix of the two is okay. But I would prefer making it in warm light. Yeah, let me know. I mean, because that's me turning down the light because I have a warm light up in that one. But I mean, to me, making and this kind of light, I like it better. I don't know why. It maybe because it's more raw. Maybe I don't know. I mean, but this one's done well. Other than the beating and figuring out the mount, because what I'm going to do is put it um what this one came off of. I'm going to make me a normal walking stick out of that one, but the other part, it's a big piece. I'm going to make these lamps out of, and so that's I may. Like I said, one of these is spoken. I know what I'm doing with. But the other two, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with. Um, if y'all see me look up the camera, it's because I have my earbud into. I'm using my other mic, and yeah, so I can. But I'm doing that because I don't want to interrupt people. That's Steph is the one texting me, so or I'm getting a notification of some sort. But yeah, I got that live tonight. I've been thinking on it and trying to. Yesterday, is it yesterday? No, it was Sunday. Um, I'm working on something for YouTube, and I had to do all the voiceover for it. And now I'm on chapter one of it. Is I'm putting all the animations and the clip art and the lettering and doing all that. That's going to happen. I'm going to upload them onto YouTube, but they will have their own premiere day. I'm doing my poetry. So I've got today is alive, and then I have 3 weeks that I'm just going to do. It's a 3-part series, and it's going to be and it's the YouTube channel is called Changing Winds Podcast. Uh, it's on my Facebook, and there's a group for it. But anyway, those that series is going to go out, and then I'm doing why I wrote it, the series, and then I'm doing a birthday special too. My birthday is May 26th this year, and it's on Memorial Day. And I was born on Memorial Day weekend, but I was on Saturday instead of Monday. In '84, so I figured I would do a special. It's actually my 41st birthday, and kind of what I'm up to, what I'm looking forward to, uh, just something that I want to do. And I mean, I got 46 subs but that's the thing is, I need 50 to go live on YouTube, and Facebook I can go live on Facebook, so um, I really, really want to do live on YouTube, for, I'm trying, I mean, I don't want Steph if she don't want to be in them, or the kids or whatever, but there's a YouTube channel. His name, it's called Sleeper Dude. He does cars and stuff, and he's got 3 kids and his wife. And the wife, she's hilarious. She is so funny, and she's country, and they're from Tennessee, and they're Christians, and they're good people. And but it's funny because like Ralphie, I don't know how old they are. I know it's Wawa, Ralphie, and Squeezy is his kids, and Wawa's the oldest, and she is into she can sing, and of course, uh, they've shown her singing at choir at church, and she can really sing. But she's hippie. She is so hippie. She has a Volkswagen Bug, and they restored it, and she's coming into her own. And Ralphie, the middle kid, the son, uh, him and Wawa do a lot with the cars. And Squeezy is artist. She draws and she enjoys painting. So I think she's coming around to the car scene. I think her thing will be probably the paint will be her thing. And so, but Ralphie, uh, he took up welding, and man, as much as he's learned and what uh, Wawa does, and what Josh is his name, Sleeper Dude, um, and then Tasha, which her nickname is Marge, and she it's just funny because the kids, Tasha is usually behind the scenes. She doesn't do some, and then Josh, but they go 2-3 hours. They don't do lives. I told him, I'm like, dude, do some lives. Uh, but and then but there's them, and they're a hoot, man. He was actually on I don't know, uh Stacy David. He's a car customizer, or really don't know what to call him, but he's in the car scene, and he had him on. And Stacy David's a Christian too, but hey, he's a good guy. He really is. And so there's that channel that I love watching, and then Pole Barn, which is Dalton and Jess, and what's his son's name? I'm getting a blank. I'm getting a blank. What is his name? There's Dalton. His son's name is with a D too. Give me a second, guys. I got a headache. What is his name? What is his name? Anyway, um, Dalton is kind of the he cusses and stuff on YouTube, and he's like, I really don't care. He's country, and I've been trying to get Stacy on camera because she can, I think she fears, we all fear stuff. We all fear stuff. Uh, some of y'all may know this. I I'm kind of I'm kind of the kind of I like being on camera. Um, but in school, I did theater, and part of me doing theater was uh, I'd always get on stage and I couldn't remember my lines worth a flip. I've never been able to, um, and that actually was a lot of trauma too for me because of the cult I was in. They wanted us to memorize Bible verses. I can remember it being in there, but I can't remember the verses. And so I used to get beat because of it. That I just couldn't remember it. And in high school, it was junior high and high school, I was big into theater. But I liked the background of it. I liked building set. I got to build one set, but I like the patch. I mean, for the longest time, I thought, I could be a wrestler, but they go by. There's very few wrestlers that does not go by a script, and you know, and it. I'll say this: when you listen to my YouTube and my poems and stuff, you'll hear me mess up, and I'm reading the script because kind of have to. Um, but that's why I do my YouTube lives the way I do. I have an outline that you will see me look off to the side, and I try to follow that outline, but I'm doing what I'm doing right here, and I kind of ad lib a little bit, and I'm when you see me go blank, it's because I'm trying to remember it, and I'm trying to go off of what I remember. And so doing that, it's just something I do. But I would prefer to talk like I am now. And so, uh, and sometimes uh, it's not that I kind of lose track of what I'm thinking. And I don't know if well, I kind of think I, because if I'm reading the script, um, you will hear me stumble some. Part of that because I ain't got any teeth, uh, but also I don't know if this is a thing or not. But you know how some people will read backwards or skip letters and stuff like that. I do that, but then I have a tendency to read up and down. And when I do word searches and stuff, what I do is my English teachers and everybody, I've always tried to. They teach you this: if you don't know what a word means, read around it, and it will kind of give you what the word means. And so Robert will say, "I don't know how you gotten so smart," and all that. It's not that I know what these big words mean. It's because I read around it and try to figure out what it is. But like I said, I'll read up and down, sideways, put numbers in things that don't have numbers. Uh, I've always been that way. And so, especially when I talk about religion and stuff, uh, I, with my, it's 22 chapters, the big long one that I'm doing. And when you see it on YouTube, you'll understand about it. Um, but it's it's crazy. Uh, I'm I'm not an Elon Musk kind of person. I don't really care for him. But I do like I like Mr. Beast, and I like Mr. B and some other people on YouTube. There's some wrestlers that I really like, but they I guess but Mr. Beast, or yeah, Mr. Beast. I did not know this, but he has Crohn's disease, and uh, my gastrologist used to think that I had, but I don't. I have IBS, um, but um, I'm learning that my gastrologist and my endocrinologist, my diabetic doctor, uh, tells me to eat small little meals. And there's some, it's weird. My blood sugars and stuff stay, sometimes they're really high and sometimes they're weirdly low. But it's weird because, like, I'm at, come on, phone. See, I'm at 135. And if I go outside and I start to go mow and stuff, my blood sugar's fine, but I start getting dizzy and spinny, and it's like if I know I'm doing a lot, it's like I need to eat a lot that day so that like I get like I'm dizzy right now, but I have a headache. Um, but I get frustrated with myself, and I've noticed that some people are like, well, he's kind of off today, or something. And I'm not. I don't mean to be, but you know, things really make you pissed off. Uh, it just does. It makes you mad. Um, when I was hmm, seeing what, seeing what, sissy, I may have to get off here in a minute. But yeah, it it bothers me, and I get aggravated about certain things and illnesses and disorders. But anyway, Mr. Beast was saying that he'll go, and he was in Africa or something, and he had to spend 4 nights there because with Crohn's disease, the medications they they mess with your immune system, and yeah, that's kind of why I like doing this, because I don't feel like I'm going to get demonetized for talking about health things. That's another thing that's annoying with uh, trying to do YouTube, and I'm kind of people that I want to be raw and unfiltered, and not hide what I am or who I am, or just like I said to myself, uh, I'm going to start wearing my headband out in public, and people may get offended by it, or but it's who I am. I can no longer hide who I am. You either like me, hate me, or but at the end of the day, I gotta love myself. And a lot of people, a lot of people never learn that. Uh, when I was in high school, uh, I'd be normal, loud, out in the school or whatever. But I get into a classroom. I don't know if it was because uh, it was an adult classroom or if it was something else. But I just really hated classrooms because I felt like, you have to be a certain way in class. And now that I look back on it, I wish I was more open in classrooms because my teachers, all my teachers knew I was loud enough outside of class. But I try to respect. It's kind of like uh, my aunt when she passed away. Um, I was okay with Chad and Missy's wedding. Um, there was a little small church, but I could only sit in there for long enough for the service. I told Steph, I said, "Come get me right before but right after, I got to get out of this building." And I was kind of wondering how I was going to take my aunt going back because I lived with my aunt and my mom, and I was a member of that church. And I sat in the same pew I always did in church. And they asked if anybody had anything to say, and I was the first one up. And I let the church know, hey, me and my aunt had a falling out, and but me and her patched it up. And I felt really after because my youth pastor, which he's the senior pastor, he was a youth pastor then, but he's now the main pastor. I don't even know what their title is. He don't even get behind the pulpit. He just is the driving force of it, I guess. And when at the end of the service, I was standing at the back of the church with Pops and me because we were with the family, and he came in. He's like, "I'm sorry about your loss" and stuff like that. And he whispered in my ear, "If you ever want to come back home, you're always welcome." And as soon as that happened, I told Steph, I told Pops, I said, "I gotta go. I'm ready to leave." And I left. And I sat and thought, I was like, it's not me anymore. Uh, I talk on this too. Uh, the Easter that my mom passed away, passed away March 2nd of 23. We took Stacy to an Easter egg hunt at a church, and I kind of tried to open up to one of the pastors. And at first, I explained to him the situation and told him that my mom had schizophrenia and bipolar. And this is what he said to me: "Your mom was demon possessed and she needed to go." Let that sink into your head. My mom had just passed away at the age of 83 or 84, something like that. I don't know. My mom was demon possessed since the time she was born, and she needed to go. And if I would have, I went and grabbed Steph and I said, we got to go. And once Steph and Stacy got in the car, I said, you won't, and I told them that. And Steph was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Said no. And Stacy didn't understand that until here recently. You're not that kind of crap right there. Hi, baby. Hey, guys. Stacy's is Sunny here? All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll be back later.